Have you seen the articulated toys like the Flexi Rex? In this video, we're designing articulating 3D printed keychains using Canva, Thingiverse, and Tinkercad. I'll show you how to create the design, customize it, and prepare it for printing. Let's jump in and get started. Our first stop will be at Canva. Go ahead and get signed in to Canva. Once you do, go to Presentation. Click on the page. Press T on your keyboard to drop the text. Increase the text size. And type in your desired text. Next, let's go ahead and change this font style. I will use Coney Black, and I want to increase this size once again. Next, I want you to click on this T where it says Advanced Settings and move this slider to the left so that we can make the letters start touching. All right, that should work. I want to go to Share, Download, change the file type from a PNG to a SVG, transparent background, and then download. Next stop is Thingiverse. Once you get signed into Thingiverse, I want you to type in articulated anything. Select this file. Close the ad. Scroll down. Read through the summary. Click on Files. And I would download them individually, starting with the slicer. Next, I want to open up Tinkercad. Once you open up Tinkercad, go ahead and sign in. Go to Create 3D Design. First thing you want to do is go ahead and change the name. And I also want to change this snap grid. You see here it says snap grid is 1/8 inch. I will be working in millimeters today. So to make the change, go to Settings. And right here where it says Units, change it from imperial to metric. And close. Next, let's go ahead and start to import those files. Choose a file. Start with the UAB. Make sure it says Art. Change scale down to 50%. If your file comes in too large or too small, you can always click on the file, hold Shift on your keyboard, click on one of the corners, and drag it to your desired size. Next, continue to import the other files. The punch, hinge, and the slicer. Let's move these so you can actually see them. Now I want to separate them. So first thing I want to make you aware of is that you do not have to upload this each time if you start a new project. There's a way for you to save these shapes in Tinkercad so that you can retrieve them at any time. Let me show you how. So first one I'm going to click on right here is the slicer where you see basic shapes. Go ahead and click right in there and then go to your creations. Once you do this, you can create the shape. Click on it and name it. This is the slicer. You may have a more detailed name as well as you may want to add a description. I'm going to click Save. Do the same thing for the hinge. Create shape. Save. And the same thing right here. Create shape, which is the punch, and save. Now that I have that, any time I open up a new project in Tinkercad and I want to retrieve those files, I can. You can simply just come over here and hover over and bring them out onto your work plane. Okay. Now, let's bring these over. Let me go ahead and change the size of my UAB real quick. Click on this corner. I'm going to change this to about 72.2. And right here, I want to change this to 31.75. Change this height to 8 millimeters. All right. So now I want to drag my slicer over. Control D. Create another one. My snap grid is moving a little too much, so I'm going to change it from 1 millimeter to 0.1. All right. So I'm going to turn both of these into a hole. Now I want to group all three shapes. See, I have three shapes selected. Union group. Pretty clean cut. I'm happy with that. So next, what I want to do, bring it over so you can see it, is I want to put the hinge in here. All right. I'm going to start by putting this about right here. I'm going to zoom in on that too, because I want you to see exactly what we're doing right here. So now with the hinge, I want to place it over here. Tilt this so you can see a little bit better. And notice how there's no blue showing, but I do want some blue to show. So I'm going to press this up a little bit, press it one time to the right, and there's the blue. I want it to stay just like that. We zoom back out so we can do the next one. So on the next one, click Control D to duplicate. Use my arrow keys, take it to the left. And what I want to do with this one is that I'm going to flip it. Flip it this way. Remember, we want that blue to show a little bit, so I'm going to zoom in so we can see it again from this angle. No blue showing. Blue is showing. Good. Let's zoom back out. Next, we're going to bring in the punch. Get that punch right there. Now, we want to make sure on this punch that we should see blue on all sides. See blue here, blue here. Don't see any blue here, so I want to move it over a little bit. Make sure we see blue on all sides. This side, and this side, or whatever color your should be showing. But what I don't want to show is the blue right here. I want this punch to cover that blue. So I'm going to click here and move forward. That looks like that is covering that blue. Might go up one more. Let's do one more. As long as there's no air gap back here. Okay, I don't see anything. You may be fine with that. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and click Control D to duplicate. Zoom out so you can see again and move it over. This one should be a little bit easier since I duplicated it and it's in that space. Let's go here, blue on that side. Zoom in a little bit more. Blue on that side. And in the back, and we're gonna move it up a little bit more. It is covering that blue, but I'm gonna move it up one more. Sorry about that. Let's move it up one more. There we go. I want to turn them both into holes. Click here, hold shift and select them both. We should have two shapes, turn them into holes. Now, what I want you to do, since I still have two shapes, hold shift again, and I want you to click on the UAB. All right? We're not getting the hinges. And now I want to group this. I want to union group this because now we're going to cut holes there. Go ahead and union group. Should look similar to this. Zoom out a little bit. I see these lines here, so I'm going to go ahead and group everything. Union group. Those little lines there, I want to get rid of those. So I'm going to bring in a box shape, drop it on the plane, raise it up a little bit. Let's take it up to 8. Bring it out, put it over my plane both ways. Look like it's covering everything. Select it all. Align here, here, and union group. Look like those lines are gone. All right, so that is a clean cut. So if I want to make this a keychain, I want to go ahead and bring out a tube, and with this tube, let's go ahead and do 10 on each side. Make the height about 4. Change that wall thickness of the tube to 3.5, 3.75. Let's see. That may work. I want this to be down toward the bottom. Well, let's place this in the middle. Align, place it in the middle, union group, and then export. Save it as an STL. Open up your slicer, go to prepare, import your file. I'm gonna leave everything at its default settings and just slice and print. Wait a minute, let's not print it in that color. Let's go back. I'm gonna print it in green. I'm gonna leave everything in its default settings, slice and print. Here it is. And here's the finished product. I hope this helps.